key spells to disrupt that. Darnassus Aspirant, huge part of that. In that matchup, they can even consider keeping Keys and Mystic, but I think Innervate's going to be a little bit more important. Even something like Wrath, this could pick off Sorcerer's Apprentice, a Knife Juggler. They just need to stabilize the board.
Yeah, very true. Ohio State, pretty good hand off the bat. They pick up a Mana Worm, they're going to be in good shape.
No, they already are in good shape, TJ. They have Unstable Portal.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a realistic consideration for keeping this Fireball around. I mean, one of the drastic turns that you could see happen to you is like Innervate into Druid of the Claw and then not having a real answer to it. They chose to mulligan the Unstable Portal and the Arcane Blast as well, though.
And got another Arcane Blast back.
Yeah, mulliganing the Unstable Portal seems really interesting considering you had Mad Scientist into Unstable Portal. I'm curious what that means.
They want Mana Worm really hard, I think.
Do they maybe have Clockwork Gnome in this build?
Also,
possibility.
Also, they might be looking for a more reliable way to deal with Darnassus Aspirant. Maybe searching for a Frostbolt or something.
That's a pretty darn good draw.
The key to Mage Paradise.
Well, it's going to have to wait, right? You won't put my Scientist out now so that you can answer the... Well, he doesn't have an Aspirant, but you can...
Yeah, he could coin out the Scientist here. And then
you have Arcane Blast ping next turn.
Or the Arcane Intellect.
Or Arcane Intellect, yeah.
This is looking like a great spot for them.
I'll show them.
I guess that is better. I was thinking about putting out Shredder the following turn as well, but I guess the Mana Worm is just too fundamental because everything is spell related.
Yeah. So when your opponent answers your Mana Worm like this, and you know that tempo is basically generated for you, I mean, this is a spot where you now reload with the Arcane Intellect. Keep your options open so that you can continue to develop and offset.
Yeah. And going to turn 4, Piloted Shredder is just a fantastic option by itself, even without considering what Arcane Intellect or the natural draw is going to bring.
Especially once you've seen a Wrath out of the way.
Oh, yeah. Excited about that one.
TJ's giving me the weirdest look in the world when that happened.
What happened, TJ? What happened?
I just had to suit. It's Pilot Shredder's better, especially for Wrath out of the way, and he just went, "Oh yeah!"
Admirable's just killing me with his spot-on analysis.
Wow, they're going to take out the Mads. Oh, they're going to draw. Interesting.
Wow.
So they're wanting to set up the swipe turn instead.
Wow.
So no secret got this turn. I actually kind of like this.
Okay.
Well, Mirror Entity is not a very good draw.
Unless they have 2 secrets.
Well, they do, but you generally want to keep Mirror Entity in the deck so that way you could be pulled out and draw the other card instead.
Yeah, I mean, now there's a real risk to casting Arcane Intellect. You could just draw the other Mirror Entity.
Also true.
But, I mean, it is a good point. You might have one Mirror Entity, one counter spell.
Yeah. I think that's been actually pretty normal across type of mage. We talked earlier about how, the downfalls of Mirror Entity at the moment in the current state of the game, with lots of small things or Darnassus Aspirant to throw into it. Very aggressive decks can throw in Leper Gnomes and stuff like that to pretty much nullify it, whereas Counterspell can have a really big impact at most stages of the game.
I mean, it's really easy to use hindsight, but I think you really wish you had a Kazan Mystic right now. The problem with tech cards is that a lot of times with those tech cards, it still interrupts your early game enough that you want to go for Darnassus Aspirant, Ramp, like Innervate.
Yeah.
But you still want it relatively like in the mid game, and Kazan Mystic on curve would bring him right back in the game, because look what Mage has to do in response. Not play Shredder or the Azure Drake without giving it back to the opponent. That would have been huge. And now Carleton can't. They have to choose between deciding whether or not they want to silence us or shoot down something, and then still give something to their opponent with a 2/4.
Yeah, still feels like they're trying to set up a good swipe turn, which I think they're going to find eventually. They're definitely going to take some damage in the meantime, but they're going to hunt that down. Ohio State's curve just, boy, does this hand look good.
So good.
It's really nasty considering that Arcane Blast after Azure Drake does 4 damage. And that will help them really burst through things like the Azure Drake or the Emperor Thorson.
What to do?
Yeah.
What to do?
Also, I mean, if they don't find themselves in the spot where they can do that, it's also a 1-mana spell to get an easy fireball from Archmage Antonidas. So.
All right, second secret being pulled out here, and Druid is having fits.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
All right, you insta-play that, right?
I mean, you do definitely want to consider the other options that you have.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, you have to consider it. It's just, I mean, I don't see a play other than the Keys and Mystic,
The
but
light does not discriminate.
Oh,
Let her rip. And that secret is
we don't know what it is just
something.
yet.
It's a mystery. Some may even say a secret.
that secret we've been told is duplicate.
That's
Oh.
not good for Carleton right now because I can tell you they probably don't want to duplicate Keys and Mystic right here.
Unless there's another secret, then they just keep stealing secrets.
And taking 8 damage every turn in the meantime.
What
Well,
to
the thing
do?
is, they can
What
also
to
put out
do?
Ancient of Wars. If they don't kill the Kazan Mystic, he's going to put out Ancient of War.
Yeah.
He kills the Ancient of War, plays another Ancient of War. And thus the cycle continues.
Maybe they just have 2 secrets in the deck. Maybe they're not worried about another Kazan Mystic. Could just be a 4-3 at this stage.
Yeah, I actually want to give them Kazan Mystics. Because I'm scared of what might come out the other end, like Belchers or
Yeah.
Ancient of War.
Oh, I'm killing the Keys and Mystic here for sure. I'm saying for Carleton, this is not a good thing. Like,
Oh, okay.
they wanted this secret to give them tempo, and instead it gave them extra cards. Their hand is not lacking by any means in terms of options right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, how much damage would they take if Fireball came the other direction? It'd be 16 damage. You could get away. Oh, sorry, 17 with the hero power. You could get away with playing Emperor Thorson, but maybe you feel like you want to do something else. You can't really like Azure Drake swipe though. You're still a little bit of mana off.
Yeah, it's tough overall. I mean, none of their options really fortify their position.
If you Emperor, you have 7 mana next turn.
I mean, Innervate in Ancient of War is you kind of just have to hope that this works out. I mean, we look at Ohio State's hand, we can see that it's pretty darn likely to work out.
When are they going to find time to play Emperor Thorson, though?
Oh, that's a very good draw for Ohio State.
Is it?
Yeah, it helps chew through the
it's
Ancient
very
War.
good.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic. Flame Waker plus Flame Cannon
They
is
still have
at least enough so that you can trade the Shredder and the
I
Keeper of the
wonder.
Grove in. And then Mana Worm gets a buff too, which is really important. And then you have Drake and Frostbolt the following turn. This is a very, very powerful hand from Ohio State. I was just also thinking about what Emperor would have also opened up, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Carleton just needs something to help stabilize them. And just
It's
like
pretty
a
good.
perfect hits.
Yeah, but
Either wanted both to hit face or both to hit.
Somewhat
the Ancient War.
inconsequential. Ultimately, they're just getting the damage in.
Yeah.
It's Carleton at 14. And only really one relevant thing available every single turn. They need more than that.
Oh, they could swipe and shade, which might be the play here.
Swipe and shade, they leave 5 power on board. Fireball would be... It'd be 13 damage with a ping and a fireball, so... They would survive that, and that's about the extent of all you can play around. You can play around multiple spells, things like that.
You
So
just have to figure out how they fight through their opponent's hand if it has a fireball, which right now I just don't think they do. So they have to look at what can they fight through in the event their opponent's hand's just minions. And that's also a tough call. You're just behind it pretty much every single step of the way, it looks like.
yeah.
Mage, if they don't have fireballs, has a way to get fireballs. That's the Archmage Antonius. And when you have that, it's just going to be so hard to deal with. In fact, they're even playing Dorneth's Aspirant here instead of the Shave Next Ramus.
I think they're just trying to incentivize their opponent to try and do something about their minions instead of do something about just pouring damage on, but another Flame Waker draw.
Flame Waker plus Frostbolt plus Ping is an extra potential 6 damage plus the 6 on board. No, that wouldn't be enough. So I guess you just Azure Drake then. Azure Drake allows you to use your hero power and ping this 2/3 and still just hit, and you have a reasonable board. Not to mention you might pick up a really good spell to use with Flame Waker the following turn, or even maybe the Fireball just for lethal.
You get 2 draws before next turn as well with the Azure Drake. Frostbolt.
Okay.
Wow, there's Frostbolt in face. They say, let's go.
Wow.
Hello!
It works, honestly. They have Arcane Missile next turn, or even just Flame Waker Arcane Missile. Carleton has to deal with the entire board,
Right.
and they have to put themselves out of reach, which they can actually deal with the entire board right now.
Finally turning it around. It'd be really awesome if they had Reno Jackson right around now.
Hang on, if they draw Force Nature, can they win this game?
Not.
Yeah.
Wait, 6 plus.
Yeah, it'd be
That's
24 damage.
Exact lethal. Holy moly! And Ohio State, they can get a fireball here with Archmage Antonidas to sort of guarantee the close. But say Carleton has Ancient of Lord plus spot removal for the Archmage Antonidas.
Ohio State has lethal if the Arcane Missiles and the Sailor Portals damage.
They're going for their shots on it.
Trog Sword!
Oh man!
Whoa,
Oh, they land one in the missile. They just need,
they also
need
have
two
a
of them.
ping. They also have a ping.
Oh, okay. Well, at least they don't die anymore to. At least they don't die anymore to the Force of Nature.
It's a board clear.
Wow, what a board clear!
Yeah.
But suddenly Carleton, I mean, now look, they can actually potentially climb back from the spot. They can deal with the Flame Waker and get a minion on board.
The Trugs or the Earthinator.
Yeah. Would you develop Kazan Mystic or Shade? I think Kazan's just better stats immediately.
Yeah, I think you just need extra stuff, and I think you need to be playing to your mana efficiency as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The other thing, too, is they're running out of time, so they need to start getting the ball rolling right now.
There's no way that they can play around any type of burn, because even if they hero power, Frostbolt ping is still enough to finish the game. So, yeah, most.
Oh, they want a hero power every turn, yeah.
Eventually, it'll get them out of range or something, but
that's if their opponent chooses to stop pinging them, too. So, Ohio State, a single draw could end this game. Dr.
Fireball?
Boom is definitely a good one.
Oh, my goodness.
But Force of Nature is still an out for Carleton. They draw that, they win the game. This match got close very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Carleton really did a great job of climbing back into this one. Just kept their cool, tried to play to every single possibility they could to just fight the minion fight and hope their opponent just didn't have the damage in hand. That's exactly what they did.
Boombot lethal.
Great spot.
Dan's going for it right
Dude,
away.
It might actually be your best play based off of the chances of killing a minion, too.
Sure. And, yeah, because the Force Nature Savage Roar. I actually kind of like this.
Oh! Wow, Carleton made the Savage. They're like, oh my god.
And that's a pretty darn close to a dead draw.
Yeah, you have 12 mana, you can't even really utilize that, except you want to do double Kazan.
They got to kill Dr. Boom. They have to kill the Boombot. They have to hope the Boombot doesn't hit face, and then hope Ohio State doesn't have burn.
They don't have to kill the Boombot.
That is true. They don't have to kill
power.
it.
They can hero power and
Yeah.
let the Boombot potentially decide it.
Like, either way, that Boombot's probably going into something. So, might as well wait until next turn and maybe push extra damage or...
Do you Savage Roar here to kill?
It's the only way you can kill the Dr. Boom. They have to sacrifice both of their minions.
How else did they kill a Dr. Boom?
They also need to play the minion before trading, otherwise they lose a crystal. Oh, okay.
Time waits for no one.
Oh man, this is some of the most painful trades I've ever seen.
The light of
And
majesty.
I guess they're going to innervate out of Shade. Oh! Oh, wow, they're still in it, though. Yeah, if it's still highlighted green cards, that was ballsy!
Oh, geez.
The size of these guys is cojones.
Look at them, they're stressed.
Oh,
And the fireball.
That's going to do it.
Yeah, that wraps up the game. Ohio State takes a 2-1 lead. What a wild roller coaster.
It was only a matter of time before they draw. It's not very often that you end the game with Archmage Antonidas.
Look at those
They're
deep
like,
breaths.
Frogs
oh,
or
man.
the Earthinator.
They knew. They were like, wow, there's a chance. And they saw